Hello everyone, Ben here, and we are back for our second round of the USF 2000 Championship on iRacing. We've made our way from New South Wales in Australia to Florida to the USA International Speedway for an oval race. Now then, this is my first experience of open wheel oval racing, and this is a very challenging oval circuit to begin with. It's very short, it's tight, and with an average lap time of just over 20 seconds, that means across the 15-minute race distance, we're likely to get through over 40 laps. On such a short circuit, qualifying was always going to be tight. We missed out on a higher grid spot by less than a tenth of a second, so we'll be starting 13th of an 18-car grid. As this is an oval race, there's quite a few drivers, myself included, who are classified as rookies in this type of racing. So ahead of the lights going green, it's quite hard to know exactly what the standard will be. What I do know is that making a single mistake can end your race in this kind of competition, so the main aim for today is survival. Before we get going, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single race in this USF 2000 Championship. But for now, with the safety car having just peeled into the pits, we're about to get going, so let's go to the grid. And we are underway, starting in 13th. We've got the inside line into the first banked corner here at the USA International Speedway. And look at that, we've got a car off to the left-hand side taking to the escape road there, so that's going to give us at least one spot. The drivers behind us taking it very easy, so we've got a bit of a gap behind. And we're now just trying to get tyres and brakes up to temperature, taking it a little bit easy in these opening laps, because if the car starts to slide too much, we could very easily find ourselves in the barrier and our race ruined. Likewise, it only takes one mistake from one of the drivers up ahead for us to get collected into an accident that will cost us lots and lots of time. Another car off to the left hand side there who's had a bit of an incident. Clearly we'll come back and try and see what that was all about in a little while through some of the replay footage, but for now we've got ourselves nicely tucked into the draft. Another car peeling off into the pit lane, so you can see just by keeping ourselves safe through these opening laps, we're starting to make up some positions as we cross the start finish line once again here, and we are now up into 11th place. So we've made a couple of spots then off the our starting position. We're just trying to kind of weigh up whether it's going to be possible to get down the inside of the driver up ahead. We've definitely got more pace than he does at the moment. He's taking it very steady. We're going to come out of that bend and now try and get alongside into the next corner here as we come across the line for another lap, and we've got that move done. He gave us lots of space there, very respectful between the two drivers. Fair play to him for not fighting that too hard given the extra speed that we had, and we were able to get past. You can see here just how quickly the laps are passing. It's quite a strange experience to commentate on a race with a 20-second lap. You can quite easily lose track of exactly where you are on the circuit and in the context of the race. But essentially now, with other accidents having taken place, we're up into 9th place. We haven't seen exactly what that is, but we do have a cloud of smoke now up ahead, and one driver off to the right hand side. We're able to stick low in the banked section and get past without coming to grief, and another car has binned it on the outside of the banking there as well. So we are making up several places here. Let's take a little look back at some of the action which has given us some of those positions. Here on the first lap, this is behind us. One car makes a mistake and the other cannot get out of the way, and that's a big shunt which will require both drivers to come in and get repairs done. This then is a couple of laps later, us lining up a clean pass on the driver ahead. We pull to the inside nice and early, take the low line through the corner. He sees us, he keeps nice and wide, so there's no chance of us coming together, and that is the overtake done. Very happy to get that done cleanly without any incidents. And then finally we come here to a further incident which took place, and just, you see, that's what could have happened as we made our overtake. Tyres banging and the car getting pushed out to the outside and making contact with the barrier. We rejoin the live action then, and we're up into 9th place at this stage of the race. Feeling like we're getting pretty comfortable and confident now in the car. It's up to temperature. We've got a reasonably good rhythm. We've got another car though off to the left hand side, so you just can't let your concentration drop for a single second in this kind of racing. Not only are you trying to kind of look after your car and just make sure that you're not making a mistake, you have to have your eye on the road up ahead. And there we are, exactly why we've had another big accident to the right hand side. We were able to just about pick our way through that without getting collected. Very little notice of accidents coming up ahead, and really that came as a big surprise, and we were able to just duck through to the left hand side. Here's a replay of exactly what happened there, as again driver just loses it, tags the left rear tyre of the car up ahead, and that's a big old shunt. And here you'll see at the bottom of the screen the three of us coming through and just about avoid making contact and having that into an even bigger shunt. We're coming round now then a little bit later in the race. Back marker lets us through on the inside, but we're closing in fast on the driver up ahead. We're in 7th place, so this is 5th and 6th place on the road, you can see up ahead, and we've got a much better exit than the driver up ahead. So we're going to pull to the inside again, hopefully make another clean pass here as we go through, but we've made contact, and that is a huge incident. That's a very, very big accident. We thankfully avoid collecting any of the other drivers as they were coming past, and all of our good work from the opening laps of this race has potentially been undone. Let's see what happened there then. We came to the inside, and I think we were well clear. And I think from that footage, and certainly from the next camera angle, you can see the driver turned in on us. Really shouldn't be doing that. He should have kept a wide line, and that has cost us big time. So we had to pit in. It's cost us a big chunk of time. We're now going to rejoin the race 4 laps down on the lead runners. You can see drivers passing us there as we come out of the pits. We come back out in 11th place, so from a positions point of view it could have been worse, but look at that, we've come out on cold tyres and the car is almost impossible to handle. We just about collect it from having another spin and compounding further the loss of time. But that was quite scary, so we managed to hold it together and just about keep it pointing in the right direction. And then over the next set of laps we were able to just gather ourselves and get back to a regular rhythm and consistency. We pass another back marker there, and we've managed to make our way up into 10th place as we're now well into this race. Still 4 laps down on the leaders, so we're not really going to make up that time unless there are some big accidents up ahead. But it does look as if 9th place up ahead is also on the same lap as us. So if anything happens there, although he's got a reasonable gap to us, I think in excess of 10 seconds at this point of the race, then there might be a chance that we could steal an extra spot before the end of the race. We now just have to focus on keeping neat and tidy. It's difficult at this stage because we're now 4 laps down. We're coming up to cars who are not on the same lap as us. So the driver up ahead is actually way down the road on us, but we're actually matching his pace, if not running a little bit quicker. So we might get into a position where we have to try and unlap ourselves, essentially, or at least one of the laps that we're down. And that could get quite confusing because he might not be able to read our intention or be that up for yielding the position. We do have a car behind us that is on the same lap as us, so we've got to be a little bit mindful that we can't just sit behind the driver up ahead, because if we do and we lose time to the car behind, then we could come under pressure ourselves and end up losing another spot. So oh, and just as I say that, we've got an accident up ahead and a car is round, so we managed to avoid getting collected in that, but that's the other sort of factor at this stage of the race. We might be running consistently and might have good confidence in the car again, but it just takes one mistake from somebody else and we'd be in a whole world of trouble again. And I really don't want to have to spend any more time in the pits. It's paramount now from this point on. You know, we qualified in 13th. If we come home in 10th, that's not a bad result. So at this point I'm really just focused on not making any further mistakes and not having any further incidents if we can avoid it. And so far, so good in that regard. The race feels like it's kind of calmed down a little bit. But we roll on a few more laps, and just as I thought we were getting towards the end of the race safely, we make an unforced error and we have a huge collision with the wall. Really scary that. We managed to hold the car behind us, who's now dropped quite a few laps further down, so it's not for position. But here's a replay of that incident. I just lost a little bit of concentration. I got too hard on the gas, ran wide, and that's a really big collision with the wall. We both were lucky that we didn't get more damage just from the impact, and that we were able to keep control of the car and not spear across the track and hit a wall. So that was a reminder, as if I needed it, that I just can't get complacent at this stage of the race. We have, though, managed to make up a spot out of our line of sight. The driver up ahead has had some sort of incident, so we're now up into 9th place despite having had that very scary moment. We allow then one of the leaders of the race to come through and lap us there. I didn't want to hold him up at all, and at this stage I'm just trying to get the car to the end. I don't quite know whether I've got damage from that hit against the wall, so I'm just trying to come home as safely as I can, which we're able to do as the checkered flag waves and we come home in 9th place. So a big relief, a really good result for us, and you can see then what that does to the standings. We're up into 126th position on 103 championship points. As a bonus, we earned our D-Class Oval license from this race as well. Really intense experience, really enjoyed it. Fantastic second round of the championship. I hope you did too. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next round of the championship at Brands Hatch. See you there.